Hello, everybody. Brian Oxley here. Still messing around with my fighting game that I've been working on. I've put out a couple videos about it, kind of the ideas behind it, and the theme. Theme is, in my mind, it's you know post-apocalyptic Mad Max. There's a giant island. There's a bunch of prisons. Prisoners are forced to kind of fight for different privileges and stuff like that. There's a bunch of different angles you could go, or it wouldn't even have to be, the prison theme. It could be any kind of theme with any kind of fighters. So, I had a comment on one about kind of the setup of the game. If you could make it kind of an MMA. The first one I came out, it was more just in my head. It was more fighting with like fists. I changed it up. I made some cards. Really, the only thing I added was a kick quality to some of the fighters, but gives you the narrative a little bit. There's still a lot to flesh out in this, I think, as I keep playing it. I've added one thing recently. I still got to work on some narrative texts that go with it that would kind of fit, but I figured I'd play out a couple matches here, um, just to kind of show a couple of the newer things. So I got a deck here. It's got um, each card, for the most part, has a red and a blue side. And you flip it over if the fighter has that as an offensive quality. They will move their opponent's marker down the track. Um, and there's some other little nuances with it, but I think it'll make sense once I just start flipping cards and kind of explaining what's happening. It'll make some sense. So I picked out a couple of the guys that are kind of the better fighters, and I got four of them here. I'll do a couple matches. I'm just gonna pick them random, red and blue. So we got Elijah Viper Kane is gonna take on Malik Iron Fist Hayes. So red and blue, no advantage for one or the other. Through the deck, everything is even chances for red and blue. Um, so what I came up with is in my head it would be, if you wanted to use it, um, if you were playing like a tournament, the guys would fight like every week or every couple weeks, and I had to come up with a chart that will maybe affect the fighters the week leading up to their fight. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the Fury die. If it comes up a dot, I'm going to roll on the pre-fight chart, and anything other than a dot, the squares or the triangle, they won't roll on it. They'll just start at 12, which is kind of the number I've picked for this game. So first we'll roll for Kane, and he got a square, so we're not going to roll on the chart, and another square. So let's just say, for sake of it, they both rolled a circle. So I'm going to get my chart out here. It's a D66 chart. I'm going to roll red and black, or black and white. Read the black first, and then we're just going to see kind of what happened to each fighter the week leading up to their fight. So for Kane, we get a 26, and 26 says he's still injured from his last fight. He's injured from his last fight and still has an issue. So we're going to roll on severity chart, and I rolled a circle. So he is actually going to start, instead of 12, he's going to start at 11. Okay, so now we'll roll for Hayes, see what happens to him. And we get a 56. And a 56 says he found out a longtime friend has passed away and he can't attend the funeral. So he's a little down on himself. So he's going to actually roll on the severity chart as well and hit him kind of hard. So he's actually going to start at 10, thinking about his friend that he lost. So we'll see what happens here. Give it one more shuffle. And let's see what happens in this fight. My lighting is terrible in this room. All right, so here we go. And we're going to check to see if the blue fighter has chin. And we see Hayes does have chin, and then next to it is a circle with a +2. So in my head, he got hit, took it like nothing, but now he's going to get a chance to counter. And if he rolls a circle, he's going to bump Kane down 2. And he did. He got a circle. So now Kane is down to 9. Does red have power? Kane does have power, and he has a chance for. He's going to get 1. He's already going to get 1 because he has power. You always get 1 on offensive moves, and then if there's a chance for a bonus, they could get more. So he's going to roll to see if he can get more than 1. He'd like to get a square, and he got a triangle. So he got 1 plus the bonus. So now Hayes is down to 8. A blue, does he have chin again? He does. So he's going to get a chance for 2, and he rolled another circle. So Kane is down 9 to 7. Does red have block? He does. So on that, the defensive qualities, without any of these bonuses, if the fighter has it, it's just considered neutral. No points go down, and you just go to the next card. Does blue have footwork? And that's a defensive quality. He does not. So automatically, if the fighter doesn't have a defensive quality and it's called for, he's going to go down 1. So now we're even at 7-7. Red have power? He does. And he got a square, so wow. So he gets the 1 for having power, and he gets the 3 bonus. So from 7 all the way down to 3 for Hayes. Is red tough? He is. And he's got a chance for a bonus. No, not on a circle. He needed a square or a triangle. Again, red tough. Again, circles, so nothing there. Is blue tough? He is. He needs a square. Doesn't get it. Alright, there's one of the special cards. Red automatically gets a 2-point attack. So now Hayes is very close to losing this fight. He's down to 1. Does red have chin? He does, and if he gets a triangle, this match is over. No, circle. Does red have dodge? He does. Now again, if he gets a square, the fight's over. Nope, can't put him away, not just yet. Hayes has block. Triangle will get him 2 points. Nope, he got a circle. And red has a good attack that will knock Hayes down to 0, and he's out. So Kane would win the match, win the fight, 7-0. So we got a couple cards in there that were other than just asking for qualities. Hopefully we'll get a couple of the other cards in the next match. Alright, so bring out the other 2 guys. Bring out Trevor the Sledge Burke against Marcus Riot Halverson. So we'll put him at 12 for now. We'll assume that they both rolled a circle. So we'll use the pre-fight chart. Let's see what's going on with Burke. 66. 66 says if he lost his last fight, he's still recovering from injuries. We go on S1. Well, I would say we haven't had a last fight, so that would be a no. So he would just stay at 12. Let's see about Halverson. He gets a 63, and that says the Chow Hall served the fighter's favorite breakfast this morning. So he's gonna get to roll on the plus chart. He's going to move up from 12, and he's actually going to move up 2 spots. So he's going to start. He got the square, so he's going to start at 14 because he's feeling pretty good about the, the breakfast that got served in the chow hall at the at the prison. So we got Burke against Halverson. I'll give it a cut here, and we'll see how this fight turns out. All right. So we got, does Red have combo? He does, so he's going to get 1 point, possible 2 more with a circle, and yes. So right away, Burke hits Halverson for 3, so now he's down to 11. Does Blue have dodge? He does not. He has all these other ones, but he doesn't have dodge, so he's going to get knocked down 1 more. And good, we got the outburst. So when this card comes up, I've got another chart. There's only a couple. I think there's only 2 of these cards in the deck, but they could change the fight pretty drastically, one way or the other, or not so drastically, but pretty much you're gonna roll D66 chart. I need to get obviously at some point I'll add some more narrative to all of these, but you're gonna roll the black and the white, and you're just gonna see what happens. Now there's some that are gonna ask for if the fighter has the quality or not. If he does, he gets to roll triangle +3 +2 +1. And if he doesn't on some of these, like if it comes up blue has combo and he doesn't, then red would get to roll on this chart. And then there's some that are just automatic uh, points one way or the other. So we'll just see what happens here through the outburst. And we roll a 24, which is, does blue have pressure? He does, so he's going to get the roll on the chart. See what he gets. He gets a square, so that's a +2. So he's going to knock Burke down to 10. So now we're even at 10. Does red have block? He does not. So he's down to 9. Red have kick? He does not. So that's an offensive quality, so no points. Blue have dodge? He does not. So now back 9 to 9. Blue have power? He does. And a square will get him 2 more points. And he did get a square. So Burke down to 6. Red have footwork? He does, so he'll avoid losing a point. He has chin as well. He might gain a couple point. Nope, he got a circle, so no points gained. Blue have pressure? He does, and if he gets a circle, it's going to add on 3 more. Nope, not this time, but he gets the 1 for having pressure. And he's going to get another chance at it. And again, he only got the square, so but 1. So he's working Burke down. Red have dodge? He does, so he avoids losing a point. Blue has footwork. See if he can counter here, and he does. He gets a 1 point counter because he has circle. Does red have dodge? He does. Does red have block? He does not. So Burke down to 2 now. Blue have chin? He does. Does blue have speed? He does not. So he's not going to get a chance to move the marker. Red have chin? He does. See if he can counter. He got a triangle. So yeah, he'll knock Halverson down 1 to 8. Alright, here's another special card. Does blue have tough? And he does. So he's going to gain two spaces back. So now he's back up to 10. And Burke is still down at 2. Blue has footwork, and he gets a triangle, so that's +2, and that's it. Uses footwork to dodge, and then got him. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now. Obviously, there's some narrative that can be built in, phrases, all that kind of stuff on the cards, on the charts. but that's kind of where I'm at with it now. I have a big giant stack of 70 fighters here, all different abilities, different qualities, different chances for bonuses. Um, so I guess I think there was a couple cards. I'll just go through quick here. We got through. I think we saw, and we did see the outbursts. There's a quick strike. That's the one we didn't get to see any of those. So I want to say there's only two of those in the deck. I didn't want to make it too much, but if this would have came up, uh, and like the other cards, there's blue. It's a chance for blue or red. If this card would have came up, each fighter at the bottom of the card has a knockout rating. So if this would have came up, it would said blue quick strike KO rating. No matter where we're at in the fight, we would roll the 2d6, add them together, and if it fell into the range, for Halverson here, he has a range of 2 to 7 and 12. So he's got a lot of power, pretty good fighter. He would get a chance for the knockout. So if we would have rolled, he got an 8, so actually it would have been outside his range, no knockout, and the fight continues. So it's kind of like just that one big swing going for the knockout. And it could connect or it could not. Different fighters have different ranges. The better fighters, tougher fighters, will be a higher chance of that. So like here's another one. This one's just a straight up. You use the rating. This one, if you get this one, and the fighter has power, he not only rolls within his knockout rating, but if he gets doubles, it's also a knockout. I have some attack. There's another second wind, but most of them are pretty much the qualities that is being asked um, for the two fighters, and then you're moving the track down. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Um, if you have any ideas, thoughts, want to kind of make this game yourself, it's pretty self-explanatory, I guess, if I was to explain it. Um, there's 10 different qualities. There's for offense, it's power, speed, combo, kick, pressure, or counter if you didn't want to use kick. If you wanted it to be a true like boxing match, and then defense, you could either have chin, dodge, footwork, block, or tough. And in the deck there are, I believe, 7 or 8 each quality, and then red and blue. There's a couple of these quick strike and the super punch. Trying to think off the top of my head. I know there's a few of the just like these. There's I think 2 of these, and then one that could be +2. There's a second wind, kind of a catch-up card, and I think that's kind of it. Maybe there's 4. Where did I just see it? There's maybe 3 or 4 of these, and then one of the +2. But you could easily make these cards yourself, and these are. I just kind of think this is pretty self-explanatory. You can make the fighter. Obviously, they have more qualities. They're better if they have more bonuses, chances. They're better. Um, but that's pretty much the game. The charts here, nothing crazy. Pretty much the offensive qualities here, red and blue, and then defensive qualities, red and blue, and then in here it's just possibly +1s or +2s, 3s or 4s, and where's my other chart here? I was looking at, and then the pre-fight um, chart is here, which it's just an added thing. You wouldn't have to use it if you didn't want to, depending on how you were doing your fights, you wouldn't have to use it, but it brings a little extra narrative in there um, for me. So that's where I'm at. I just thought I'd show a little bit more off. I'll keep messing around with it, and hopefully at some point um, build in, like I said, some flavor text for the cards to have dodge question mark, and then underneath if it if the fighter did have it, it would give you a little flavor text. Same thing with the outburst uh, chart. There'd be nice to have a little extra stuff out here. Kind of if he does have it, then what kind of happened. So that's it. Just thought I'd put it out there. And like I said, any comments, questions, thoughts on what can make the game different, better, I'm all ears. So thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later. Bye.